Alright, little trade recap, double trade recap for you because I had the German trade and then I took a gold trade this morning. Both were losses. We're down 4% on the account now. Both were 1% losses. What else needs to be said? That is about it. So I'm going to show you the trades now.
Right, boom. So that's coursework. Let's fuck off with that. This is the gold trade I took. So I'm just going to run you through my confluences, what I saw, why I took the trade. So started off seeing a liquidity sweep of previous sessions high, Asia high. I then saw a nice change of character and break of structure. So the fair value gap on the left here, 15-minute, get inversed, waited for the retrace. I thought it was going to retrace through the fair value gap and I was going to take entry when it came back down. Kind of a lack of conviction, I'd say, because sometimes I just need to sort of define when I am and when I'm not going to take a trade, because sometimes on a high time frame I'll wait for price to close outside of the fair value gap before I take entry, and then sometimes I won't. So I think I just need to decide on what kind of time frames I'm going to be doing that on. I think I should stick to a high time frame on just waiting for price to close, for a nice candle to close before I take my entry or set my limit. Whereas on a small time frame, I think I should just take entry at the fair value gap and trust my analysis a little bit more. Because I feel like when I'm trading small time frames, in my opinion, the way I feel about it is it feels somewhat more risky, even though the setups that are playing out are very similar to what I'd be taking on a high time frame, just obviously different because on a low time frame. But I think I'm going to just sort of change my outlook on that. So I missed this entry here, and I was like, well, here we got an hourly fair value gap, this one here on the left. And I was like, all right, this is the next place I'm going to take entry from for a re-entry, because I'm not going to FOMO and end late. So I didn't break my rules there. Waited for the entry, waited for the candle close. Didn't sweep this buy side liquidity, so I was like, all right, sweet. We're coming back into this fair value gap. This time I took entry at the entrance to the fair value gap. So price closed below here, then I set a limit. Price hit the limit, and then I was like, another error. Well, another mistake on my part, I feel like, is that normally, see with here, my stop loss is all the way through the fair value gap at the top. Here it's only half, and obviously I'm going for a 1 to 8 here, but I was like, I want to keep my risk reward pretty high because it's my second trade, my second entry. But had I obviously moved my stop loss, we would still be in this trade and taking profit. But coulda, woulda, shoulda, and I feel fine about taking this trade because my bias was right. It was a perfect trade. I used equilibrium of yesterday's price action to decide my TPs, mix along with areas of liquidity. So I had TP, well, this wasn't really TP1. This was TP1. This was full TP. Golden zone 0.5 to 0.6 as a nice marker, which tied in with these two lows here, which I was sort of looking to target. As we can see, obviously price hit full TP, so it's a me issue, guys. It's a me issue. So I'm going to fix this eventually, because whenever I take losses, it's normally because of my entries. I've been going through my YouTube and my TikTok and just looking through the trades I've taken, and establish the sort of flow that when I'm taking losses, it's more often, not only, but it's more often I'm taking losses at entry rather than just my bias is wrong completely, because a lot of the time my bias is right. Obviously, bias is 50-50, like you either buy or you sell, but my bias is correct a lot more than it is wrong. And I feel like the only reason I'm taking losses more often nowadays is because of my entry. I just need to sort of lock in and figure out why that is. Because this was a bit of a FOMO entry, not like short-term FOMO, because I wasn't like, fuck, I need to miss out. I missed out on this trade, I need to catch the next one. Like, I could have taken entries like here or something, or like here, and obviously put my stop loss up here, but I was like, all right, we're going to wait for our next textbook setup. So we waited, and obviously my error for not putting it at full fair value gap, but I think I was psychologically more interested in just the risk reward rather than just taking a winning trade and securing profit. So I think I'm going to change my outlook on that as well, and sort of sort of thing. I don't need to hit big trades all the time. I'd rather hit a 4 to 5% than lose 1%, rather than lose 1% but go for like a 1 to 8. So that's the sort of changes I'm going to be looking to make, and I'm going to think about that a bit more deeply in the coming days. Just sort of try and lock in and think about what I can do differently and how I can do them differently. But that's the gold trade. And on Joe, and we just got absolutely butt fucked. But that's just being honest. From weekend open, I didn't have a chance to set my stop loss, so it is what it is. So I was in this trade here since like ages. I've been in this trade for time. And we were running nicely, and then we had, why is my laptop so slow? And then we had market open on the Monday, Sunday, and we just, yeah, well, you can see what happened. We hit stop loss, 50% of the weekly fair value gap below it, and then obviously these were all valid entries, but I just wasn't really interested in taking them. Had this nice setup marked out for today, wasn't here to take that. Wasn't here to see any price action. I kind of just, once I took that loss, I kind of just stepped away and we go again. But yeah, this was a nice setup that I could have taken. Really nice trade today, but obviously my errors led to the loss. I do see price looking to continue dumping, at least to here, sweep us low and might move back up. But everyone's flocking to gold at the minute. A lot of central banks and national banks are buying up a lot of gold. The Chinese government have bought shit tons, literally tons of gold over the past like couple months. Safe haven currency, and obviously increased geopolitical tension. So makes sense. And I did predict this. I think it might actually be in a video. I think I might have been in it. It might be in a video of me saying like I think I was going to go up a lot, and obviously you can see that it has. I mean, Jesus, been very fucking bullish. But yeah, that's the round off for the trade recaps. Sorry the German one took so long for me to come out. I was kind of just dossing about. But we're going to try and figure this shit out as we go. And we're still making improvements. Like, I'm going to keep back testing this particular model, because this particular model works quite well for me time-wise. So it sort of plays out at between 7 and 8, which is when I have the most alone time and free time at school to take these trades in peace. And obviously I can then just set and forget once I have my TP and I have to come back to it. So I think I might look into back testing this model a lot more. Asia sweep, change of character, break of structure, and then inverse fair value gap entry, and obviously just aligning with high time frame narrative, obviously. So yeah, I'm looking to back testing that a little bit more, but we're 4% down on the account now, but I'm not really too bothered about that. Just I know that one winning trade will make that all back, so, and I'm not too fussed about blowing the account, because it's just like a 25 quid account. Who gives a fucking shit? Like, let's be real, it's 25 quid. Like, no one cares. But yeah, that's the rundown of the trade recaps. And if you have got any questions, any queries, want to know something, how to get started, where I learned from, anything about psychology, mindset. Obviously, I'm still trying to improve my own, but I can offer advice on what I've experienced in the markets and my experience currently on my trading journey. I guess you call it, yeah, it's trading journey. On my journey to profitability, and we're gonna get there, because that's a fact. So I've been turning up every day for a long time, so we're gonna keep turning up every day and making this shit work and keep improving, and that's how you get better. But yeah, cheers for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.